Hey, what is up, all National Wrestling Shooters members and viewers? This is Scott Casey Gale, the owner, Jim, creator, and founding father of the National Wrestling Shooters, and today I'm going to give you my very late NWA Power Episode 3 entitled Twilight of Tim Storm Recap and Reveal. NWA National Wrestling Nights, which is on YouTube and Facebook. It just keeps getting better and better. Very classic old school wrestling, and I just love it. It definitely has that 80s and 90s feel to it, and that's what I also love about it. Okay, let's begin with the recap and review of episode 3. Into the Fire opens up the show and has quickly become wrestling's earworm. I agree with that. And then announcers Joe Gowdy and Jim Cornette were immediately interrupted by Eddie Edwards. He and Homicide want to face the Dawsons for getting involved in the NWA Tag Team title match last week. They are taking out the Dawsons and then are coming back for Royce Isaacs and Thomas Latimer. Kingston said he and Homicide have nothing to live for, and pro wrestling is all they have, and therefore nothing to lose. I thought that was a really cool way to open the show. I like that. I like that promo from Eddie Kingston and Homicide. That's how you open up a show. And then the first match was Marty Bell versus Crystal Rose. Bell missed in a corner and ate a pair of knees, and when Rose came down off the turnbuckle, Bell came back with forearm strikes and a hip attack in the corner. Bell hit the pedigree for the victory. Winner Marty Bell at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. This is a really good women's wrestling match. I like women's wrestling in NWA. I mean, a Marty Bell and Crystal Rose put on a hell of a performance. Even though there was a 2 minute and 24 second match, I still liked it. I like that. That's what I like, what NWA does. And then David Marquez brought the Dawsons to the podium, and a chant of Dawson's Creek began. They riled up the crowd, and it's time for the Dawsons to throw their weight around. They will fight any single guy except for Homicide and Eddie Kingston. Oh, it's getting interesting here. There was a promo spot for Thunder Rosa, which I thought was pretty cool. And then Gowdy introduced Tim Storm, but Aaron Stevens came out instead. His attire suggested that he was just cast as a supporting player in the local high school play in Atlanta. Stevens addressed what he was wearing, stating he isn't Captain Morgan, and led to a chant beginning, which I thought was pretty funny. He is promoting his film Tropical Pirates, but those are mocking his acting career. They cut to the trailer of his film, and it was a collection of stock footage and one scene of Stevens speaking to a woman. This was ridiculous, he said, when it came to acting. He has more chops than Ric Flair. I love Aaron Stevens, formerly known as Damian Sandow in WWE. I mean, Aaron Stevens, he could play a face, he could play a heel, he could play a tweener, he could do anything. He is really good at cutting promos. In my opinion, WWE really missed an opportunity with this guy, because this guy could have been a big, huge star in WWE, but they totally dropped the ball with him. And then he went to Impact Wrestling. They kind of dropped the ball with him as well, but at least in NWA, he is being himself, and he's doing what he loves to do. But he was good at Impact Wrestling when he was Aaron Rex. I think he played that character up to perfection, but I like him much more better as Aaron Stevens. And you can tell that Aaron Stevens is having fun playing this role. Yeah, but so yeah, that was a cool. I thought the cool was ridiculously funny and very entertaining. And then it was Caleb Conley versus Dan Parker. Conley attacked with chops and showcased a variety of strikes. Parker yanked him up the turnbuckle and attacked with knees from the fight clinch and applied an abdominal stretch. Conley hip tossed out of it, hit a slam and springboard twisting moonsault to win the match. Winner Caleb Conley at 3 minutes and 21 seconds. And then Conley looked very smooth and polished for the short match. They had Gowdy and Cornette focused on Conley starting his career as someone on the bottom and made improvements. I really thought this was a good match. I really enjoyed this match, and it was a good short match. Now, most C fans today don't like short matches, but I don't mind short matches. I like this. I mean, it was good for what it was. But I would love to personally love to see them get a TV deal, NWA Power, because that needs to happen. I actually like I wouldn't mind if they made it an extra the hour or 2 hours, because that way you would give more wrestlers on the show time to perform. But I like NWA Power. They're not disappointing me so far. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. So then Tim Gardy welcomed Tim Storm out. He thanked Nick Aldis for giving him the last title match, and he beat him. He said Mama Storm still loves him and he has other decisions to make about his future. Eli Drake came out. He says that Storm sounds like he's about to quit. He said his mom would not want him to give up, and is on the same list as Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair, and the late Harley Race as former NWA champions. Drake suggests that there is other goals he can go after as a team. Drake says they have a match against the Dawsons tonight, and Storm will think about it. I really like this. I thought this was very entertaining. Eli Drake giving Storm the pep talk. That's what I like. Tim Storm, I like Tim Storm. I don't mind. I think he's a really good wrestler. And then after that, we had the wackiest ad today with a bald woman promoting the Special Advisor's Invisible Hair Cream, a hair product for those annoyed with hair getting in the way and control your hair invincible. It's not bald, it's invincible. I really like this. This kind of reminds me of the infomercials that they have on late at night on the network channels. I used to watch infomercials all the time, so I really like this. And this had a very 1980s tune to it, 1980s, early 1990s tune to it. That's what I liked about it too. I'm very interested in seeing how this plays out, where they go with this, because I know it's setting up for something interesting. And then Josephus, I think that's how he pronounces it. Josephus came out as we kept his brought in the studio with James Storm 2 weeks ago. He whispers to Marquez and requests Storm to come out to shake his hand. Instead, Colt Cabana came out and role-played as Storm. They shook hands, and then Josephus threw powder into Cabana's face. Storm came into the ring and hit the last cow super kick on Josephus. He was about to hit Cabana until Mr. Anderson pulled Cabana out of the ring. Nick Aldis and Camino were out next. He listed several contenders for the next opportunity at his title. He put over Ricky Starks as a future star, but no one has stepped up to the front of the line. Aldis said if no one steps up, he might have to look at someone in another promotion. Gowdy asked why he won't let Camille speak for herself. And Aldis says it's a non-issue and he doesn't deal in clickbait and tabloid BS. I like that. Then Aldis allowed Gowdy to speak with her, and she wouldn't respond to his question. I like this. I like what they're doing with Camille. I like how she's non-speaking. I think they're waiting for her to break her silence for a special episode in the coming weeks. I think that's when this is all going to play. But yeah, I really enjoyed Nick Aldis, and I think he's a really. I don't know if he's face a heel or tweeter, but I'm really liking the role he's playing. And then a vignette for a mysterious figure aired with question, who is the Mark? Another thing I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. And then it was main event time. Eli Drake and Tim Storm versus the Dawsons. Storm came out and everyone wouldn't share that he showed up. Drake and Storm got the advantage of Zane Dawson with the aggressors making freaking tags. Cornette compared Storm's elbow strikes to those of Johnny Valentine. Dave Dawson was tagged in and applied a bear hug on Storm. Zane tagged in and resumed the hold until Storm broke free and tagged Drake. Storm shot Drake into the corner, missed the target, and went shoulder first into the post. The Dawson double-teamed Storm with Zane holding Storm and sandwiching Storm with an avalanche before Zane pinned him. Winners the Dawson at 6 minutes and 42 seconds. The Dawsons continued to beat down Storm until Eddie Kingston and Homicide chased him away. Nick Aldis came out to check on Storm as the show went up the air with Drake looking over the down Storm. I really enjoyed this main event. I really like how it ended. It was a good 6 minute and 42-second match. I really enjoyed this. Both the Dawsons and Eli Drake and Tim Storm put on a very good performance. I really liked how it ended. This was a good episode. I went episode 3 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, and then 10 out of 10. I'm really impressed. So we'll be back here in a couple minutes next to do my recap and review of NWA Powerrr episode 4. Anyway, you stay classy, live long and prosper, and peace out.